Hello everyone and welcome back. I usually take my weekends easy, but today parents are coming home, so I preponed my reset routine and decided to do some home jobs. When I know I have a lot of work, I keep my cooking easy. So today I'll make Batata Poha and tell you guys all the details that you need to follow to get soft, fluffy and super delicious pohe. For Batata Poha, I'll also use Matar as they taste good in it. So in the prep, start by chopping all the veggies and collecting the ingredients first. Since we are making Batata Poha, I'll chop the potatoes in very small size and wash them so that they can cook quickly. I also like onions and will thinly slice them, but if you don't like it, you can skip it altogether. Do not start by washing the poha first, as by the time you will do all the prep, it will dry out the poha and will not taste good. Now take around 2 teaspoon oil in a kadai and add mustard and cumin seeds. Now immediately add the peanuts and cook till the peanuts turn reddish brown. Don't skip peanuts, as not only do they add protein but taste super delicious in poha. Once the peanuts are slightly red, add the chopped potatoes and cook for around 4 minutes till they get tender. While I am preparing breakfast for us, Karthik will feed Dhairya the ragi porridge that I had prepared for him earlier. After 3 to 4 minutes, when the potatoes soften, add boiled peas and sliced onions. If you are using fresh peas, boil them separately and then add to the kadai. Along with 1 slit green chili, chopped curry leaves, turmeric and hing, and mix everything well. After a minute, add salt and cook for just 1 more minute because we would like to retain the texture of onions. At this stage, wash the poha 3 times with water and strain them. Now into the washed poha, add some salt, jaggery and some lemon juice and mix with a very gentle hand. Next, before adding the poha, sprinkle some water into the kadai as it will create some steam and then add poha. This will prevent poha from sticking to the bottom. Now mix the poha with the prepared masala very gently. Sprinkle some water and cover it and shut the stove. Lastly, I'll add chopped coriander leaves and poha is ready. Perfectly moist, soft and fluffy poha will be ready in no time. Serve it hot and enjoy this easy peasy breakfast on a lazy weekend morning. I generally do a weekly reset on weekdays when kids go to school, but today parents are coming home, so decided to get to work immediately after breakfast. Karthik took the kids out to the park so that I could get some uninterrupted time to work. I start with basic touch-ups of areas that get messed up a lot during the week and start from the outer area moving to the inner area of the house. So, the shoe rack will come first. Homemaking in general has 2 aspects to it. One is homekeeping and the other is homemaking. And believe me, these 2 are completely different aspects that we often fail to realize. Homekeeping involves things like daily chores, cleaning and organizing. However, homemaking has a bigger perspective involving family needs, comfort and management. A lot of times we get confused in terms of how to manage work at home, how we can save time, how we can finish our work and feel productive, how to get things done soon. While this sounds complicated, It gets a lot easier when we think from a homemaking perspective and not just jump right into doing work. How? Let me tell you. But before that, here is a quick tip you can use in cleaning your shoes that cannot be washed. Just sprinkle some choline or sanitizer on the shoe and then clean them with a microfiber cloth. This also works perfectly when you are in a rush and wish to do spot cleaning of shoes. Now moving back to our homemaking topic. Doing things is homemaking, but getting things done even by our own selves is homemaking. A very simple example can be not thinking through and jumping on to start cleaning the entire house to reset the house for next week. This, in the real world, itself sounds unachievable. While we think we are getting ready for next week, this leads to total burnout, and even if you spend hours cleaning the house, it will not make the house ready for next week because the house doesn't just end at the cleaning level. Instead, guiding myself to make a chart for just 4 specific areas to clean today within 1.5 hours of uninterrupted time, and that too moving from outer area to the inner area in home, is homemaking. This means limiting and managing your work based on time and priority. And if you noticed, in this whole concept, homekeeping can still be replaced by someone, but homemaking cannot be replaced by any homemaker. That's why the whole responsibility of a homemaker is huge. For my friends here who struggle to get things done, I will say see from homemaker's perspective and answer a few simple questions. What is your work list? How much time do you have? What is the most important work on this list? Can you multitask this work with something else? Or can you assign this work to somebody to finish other important work, etc.? Answering these few questions will automatically ease out the work for the entire day. So morning time, when I'm full of energy, I invest a lot of my time in homekeeping and focus on areas that require physical effort. There is a lot that I can add to my reset routine, but I'll do as much to not overexert myself and manage my day while also understanding my family's need and requirement. Like today, I know kids will be back in no time and I need to cook lunch as well, along with giving myself some resetting time to welcome parents in full energy. The next task on the list was cleaning the fridge. I will not deep clean the fridge as I do this only when the season changes, but I do basic cleaning every week. This allows me to know if there is any leftovers or if something is hiding for long or expiring in the fridge. A lot of times I get comments saying this is easier said than done. Who has got all this time to sit and evaluate? This is a home and not an office where you interpret things like this, etc. Well, every household is different. Every homemaker's approach towards their home is different. And also, everyone's way of dealing with things is different. Some like following the same old school methods, but I feel as the times are changing, so are our needs and priorities. And that is why we shall also bring change in our homemaking systems. Now, homemakers are no longer just confined to home or home chores, but are stepping out for various reasons like work, leisure, errands, and whatnot. So in short, new age homemakers are taking up more responsibilities, because of which work has increased as compared to the older days. And so is multitasking. So I honestly feel adopting a few new age techniques can also help for better. And anyway, there is nothing wrong in trying out harmless improvement processes to see if things are improving for the better. If not, one can always go back to your own suited process. And about time, I feel everyone has this 10-minute thinking time in hand in the entire day. All it takes is an intention to give this 10-minute time to adopt new methods. One can either choose to flow into the rut of work, or one can choose to shape up their work and time to be productive. This 10-minute of thought given from the homemaker's perspective always helps you achieve more and in a better way. The last thing before taking a shower will be cleaning both bathrooms well. I usually take one at a time, but since parents are coming, I clean both of them together today. As mentioned, today I kept my cooking easy, so for lunch I'll make Jeera rice with delicious Paneer Makhani. I had pre-soaked some rice and nuts in water. For the basic prep, I'll roughly chop some onion, tomato and garlic. For Jeera rice, I'll put the rice to boiling. For the Shahi Paneer, I'll use some whole spices as they bring a restaurant-like flavor to the paneer. Now in 1 tablespoon oil, add 1 teaspoon cumin seeds and whole spices. Now add garlic, chopped onion and 1 inch ginger and saute well till the onion turns translucent. In the meantime, I'll cut the paneer into small cubes and keep them ready. Once the onions are slightly cooked, add the chopped tomatoes and soaked nuts into this mix. Add salt and cook covered for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once the mixture is cooked well, take it out from the kadai and let it cool down completely. Rice is done and I'll strain them and keep them covered for a minute or so. Now grind the prepared masala into the mixer and make a paste out of it. In the same kadai, I'll add 1 teaspoon oil and 1 inch butter and add some bay leaves. Add 1 teaspoon turmeric and the prepared gravy masala into this. Next, add the basic spices like red chili powder, coriander powder, garam masala powder and roasted cumin powder. Mix it well and let these spices cook well. For the jeera rice, in 1 teaspoon ghee, I'll add cumin seeds, black cardamom, star anise and 2 cloves and roast them for 10 seconds before adding the cooked rice. Gently mix the rice and keep it covered. The gravy will thicken and at this stage, I'll add a mix of half cup milk and half cup water to thin out the gravy and make it a little rich. You can increase the quantity further as per your preference of the gravy. In the end, add paneer, crushed kasuri methi and chopped coriander leaves and mix everything well. A quick and healthy meal is ready. Make it for lunch or dinner. This meal tastes very satisfying. We made the kids eat first and put them to sleep as we wanted them to wake up fresh to welcome their grandparents. Once the hard work of homekeeping was over, I started with the mind work of homemaking. Pantry check is my weekly routine as it helps in many ways. Meal planning for the coming week, restocking the finished items, identifying the bulk that needs to be consumed first, adding finished items to the shopping list, and updating the pantry list. Doing all this gives me the satisfaction that everything is under control. When I said homekeeping can still be replaced but homemaking can't, this is what I exactly meant. A cook can help in cooking if you're short on time or have no interest in doing so. But a cook can never decide on what to cook, manage the pantry, or decide on your grocery requirements. And these small plans are your stepping stone to managing your time and the everyday housework. The next to-do on my list for weekly reset is always marking the reminders for the next week. I can't remember everything, and why regret on missed events when we can set reminders for ourselves? I sometimes use Google Calendar or my phone reminder app to help me with this area of homemaking. The last thing to do is make a meal plan. This weekly guide works like a charm to avoid that annoying query of what to cook. Since parents are coming, I'll take some inspiration from Pinterest to chalk out some different meal ideas. Evening, the parents came and kids were super happy to see them. Parents' homecoming are always filled with lots and lots of goodies. Dhairya wanted a bow and an arrow for quite some time, and so Ma got him one. Are both the set of parents stay in the same city, so the goodie bag looks even heavier. I had also asked Ma to get me a mitti ka tawa this time so that I could learn to make bajra roti from her on this tawa. My regular spices come from home, so Ma bought whatever was getting over. Both the moms made different set of laddus, matris, halwa and homemade pickles, and more than anyone, I was so excited about all this stuff. And on that note, I will end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, show me some love by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. You can connect with me on Instagram and also peep into some behind the scenes there. Drop your comments, advice and suggestions in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Until then, chat with me in the comment section.